everybody! Wanted to give you guys a glimpse of my plant pal here, which honestly feels, well, it's two plants, and they honestly feel like pets to me at this point. And there's a bit of a God story. I just replanted them into this pot, which I love, because I didn't like the original pot that they came in. But anyway, I want to tell you the story about why these plants are named what they are named, and a little bit about how God speaks to me through nature. So, I just set that there for now because it's actually easier, even though it blocks me a little bit, but that's okay. So, once I got these plants, I got home and I was like, oh my gosh, it just looks like, do you guys ever look at plants and it looks like they're praising God, right? It's like the way that plants sprout sometimes. It just looks like they're reaching their hands up and praising God. And that is what this particular guy, this funky fella, looked like to me. And this one was full of more red flowers, this one in the front here. And anyway, the tall one, I was like, oh God, it makes me think of, you know, that they're praising you. And then I looked up in Hebrew, or no, I was thinking, oh, it looks like it's saying, ta-da! And I looked up in Hebrew. I can't remember how exactly I came across finding the word for this guy, but I named him Toda. And in Hebrew, that means raising one's hands in praise. And it's just funny, it's a coincidence that Toda sounds like ta-da, which I also think of when I look at plants in nature, and they just look like they're so joyful sprouting up towards the sun. And then this one, the little one, who is red, has beautiful red flowers, which another beautiful part of that story is that, and I might have to post a longer version of this video on my YouTube, so on Instagram this might cut off, but on YouTube you'll be able to find the full video. So this other little guy was full of red flowers, and before I got this plant, around Christmas time, I was missing this poinsettia, and I really wanted to keep it, but it had died. And so I went to, and I got this plant also to put on my altar space that I have, like pictures of the Lord. And I was like, wow, a natural element would be so nice in there. Excuse me, something actually living. And so I went to Superstore, and when I saw this little guy with its bright flowers and this other little joyful one in with it, I was like, wow, that's exactly what I wanted. And it was still like winter, so I was just like, the bright red flowers were just so beautiful. And anyway, I was wondering what I should name them. And Jesus was like, oh, look up kiss in Hebrew, because the flowers kind of made me think of a kiss. And I'm like, well, Lord, that's kind of a strange name for a plant, though. He's like, look it up in Hebrew. So I looked up Hebrew, the Hebrew word for kiss, and it's neshika. And so this smaller one is named Neshika. And I was like, well, Lord, why do you want me to name, you know, this other one is named after raising one's hands in praise. And I was like, why do you want me to name this other one Kiss? It's kind of strange. And he was like, because your praises, the praises of my children are like kisses to me. So that is the story behind these plants' names. And God uses them, it's kind of hard to see, God uses them to communicate his love to me all the time. Sometimes I'll look at them, and actually there's a funny photo, I might post it, of this guy looking like a funky, it was like the shadow of the plant looking like a really funky squirrel. God knows that I like love squirrels and I get a kick out of them. And then other times he'll make the shadows on the wall look like, depending on what angle I have my plant that day, facing the sun and whatnot, looks like hearts. Right now, Toda, to me, in a certain way, it's hard to see, but it looks like he's like a cross. You can see there's like the main part in the middle and then the two parts coming up the side. So it's literally been looking like a cross to me. So I'm not sure if you experience that in your relationship with God, that he speaks through nature to you, but he will, and he does. If you haven't been noticing it, he probably is speaking that, his love around you. If you're a child of God and you know Jesus Christ, God is always speaking in many, 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 many different ways. And it's just a blessing that there's so many beautiful ways for us to perceive him. And the word of God says that God is a life within all things, right? Not just humanity, but in all things. So yeah, I just love these so much. I get so much joy out of them. And I have some light in them too. I'll turn it on to see if you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the lights shining with how it's not very dark in here, but that actually has a special meaning to me as well, between me and God, and also it's an insider with someone else. And yeah, so I put those on at night, and it's just beautiful, and I really enjoy them. So yeah, anyway, that's the cute story and the conversation I had with Jesus and him helping me name my plants.